There have been a few different cyber attacks recently, and we're going to be discussing how that relates to end times, starting right now. The World Economic Forum produced YouTube videos warning about the cyber pandemic. And for those of you who don't know, the World Economic Forum is an international organization that brings business leaders and political leaders together to unite and collaborate to fulfill their agenda. Their agenda includes items such as Agenda 21 and the Great Reset, which I encourage you to research those items on your own. The World Economic Forum is so unpopular that their YouTube channel receives more thumbs down than thumbs up. To see what I'm talking about and to see these actual warnings, I have listed the YouTube videos about their warning of the cyber pandemic in the description. Now we're going to discuss the recent cyber attacks. On May 7th, there was a cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline. It was reported that a ransomware attack occurred on the Colonial Pipeline, which caused the Colonial Pipeline to halt systems for 5,500 miles. Administration officials say they believe it was a criminal group with ties to Russia, but not the Russian government. On June 1st, there was a cyber attack on the world's largest meat supplier, JBS. JBS has more than 150 plants in 15 countries, and their 5 biggest plants are in the United States. 23% of the meat in the United States comes from them. Administration officials say they believe it was a criminal group with ties to Russia, but not the Russian government, same as previously discussed. The question is, does this relate to the famine discussed in the third seal of Revelation? And by the way, to be clear, I'm not saying that we're in the third seal of Revelation because we're not seeing all the signs of it, but we're discussing if the famine could occur in a similar fashion. So I'm going to read Revelation chapter 6, verses 5 and 6. When he opened the third seal, I heard the living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales on his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarters of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." So from this passage we see there's something wrong with the economy. Specifically mentions bread, oil, and wine. Something happening with meat that's similar to bread, and with gas being affected, that's a way oil could be affected easily. So let me know in the comments below, do you think that we could see a famine in the third seal as a result of cyber attacks? I look forward to seeing you in the next video.